Hello, VIPs. Another random, I don't know if you want to call it channeling, reading, whatever, but stuff's just coming through, so I know I just got to get it out. A lot of male energy today. Not saying I'm speaking to males, sorry I'm going fast, but when I'm in this energy, like I got to get through the stuff because stuff comes fast. But like messages about males, it could be that I'm supposed to be speaking to males, I don't know, but this feels like a couple males, not maybe in your immediate circle, but somewhere on the outskirts of your circle, kind of maybe even part of your everyday life, but not like your husband or your brother or your father or something like that, but maybe like a coworker, a roommate, something like that. I gotta say, VD, I'm sorry. I keep saying to myself, I can smell VD. This is weird. Okay, so I'm extremely sensitive. I'm sure we've talked about this. I can sometimes smell things on people, illnesses, stuff like that. Not always. Like, I'm not somebody who's like, hire me and I'll figure out what's wrong with you. But like sometimes I can just smell things, and I've over the years figured out what that smell means and blah blah blah. And I keep like, I smell VD, and I feel like that's because there is a male around you, whoever I'm speaking to, that is about to have a problem. This intimate relations problem. This is somebody who is up in age. I'm not going to say like old or middle age, but definitely past 30s. Either in their 40s, 50s, or almost in their 40s, like up there. Old enough to know better. And yet they're still in the kind of high school era of quantity over quality, right? Like they'd rather have a new chick all the time than actually find a quality chick. And I feel like it shows. Like they don't see it, but it shows. Like you'll see them with different chicks and you're like, they're not even like, why are you doing this? They're not even whatever, intelligent, kind, cute, whatever quality. Again, it's sort of like bottom of the barrel, but just because they're still in the mentality of like thinking it's impressive to be able to pull chicks all the time, especially as I'm progressing in age. Like, I don't know, they feel like they have to something to prove or something. Anyway, that male is going to have a problem because they're doing this. Curable, I think. I'm not getting any kind of like potential death or anything from it, but problem is a problem. So that's coming up. The church thing I talked about a while ago, that's coming back up. The couple who I feel like they were going to a church and sort of socializing with other couples in that church as part of their sort of facade, because this couple is still in that energy of everything's about appearances. And one of them was ill, I think the woman, and the church, sorry, I'm repeating this, but just in case you didn't hear it before, and the church like took up collections for this ill wife, I think, and the couple spent the money on other things other than what the money was intended for, and that's going to come out, and they are going to get in trouble. I do see a big threat of potential jail time for the male, for some reason, more so than the female. It's weird because it's like, okay, so the last time I got this message, it was sort of like the female and the male were sort of trying to plan that if this should come out, how can I put it on their shoulders? But this time I feel like the female energy has stepped back a bit, like she's not as present in this, and I don't know why. But I do feel like it's going to fall in the lap of the male. And so like my sign, if somebody was going to prison, would be like somebody standing there behind bars with their hands on the bars. I'm not seeing that, but I do see a prison. So like there's the potential of like actual jail time. And I don't know what the deciding factor is on that. Like that's an energy that's not got a period on it. That could go either way for some reason. And again, I don't feel, I was feeling both energies, both people in those messages. Now I feel the male strongly, and I feel like the female's energy has stepped back somehow. Maybe she found a way to weasel out of it. I don't know. But she's definitely as guilty. However, I do feel like she was sort of coerced and talked into it by the male. Just saying, that's what I feel. But for some reason, she's not as threatened with having to take ownership or having to pay the consequences or something. For some reason, her energy is pulled way, way back. I don't know what that means. Soon, this year at least. Sooner than that, I would say the summertime. But this year, this is like all going to come out, and I don't know what this is. They took up a collection, the church, and I feel like they did it multiple times. There's like let's say I'm married to someone and we're all about appearances, and okay, what makes you look like a good person? All right, we need to have a certain car, we need to have a certain house or apartment, and we have to have inspiring things all through our house, because if people come over, it's all appearances. Like the house is not cozy. It's very all appearances. Again, it's all appearances. There's nothing real personalized. I keep seeing like wall art with sayings and like nothing but inspirational. I'm such an inspirational person. Everything in my home say, positive things that I don't even subscribe to, but it looks good. So, a lot of God this and faith this and have a great day that, and, but it's all bullshit. So, I feel like it's plastered all over the head. Everything is appearances. And there's something about the person saying, wanting to tell people as part of their facade. These people work very hard. Like they over talk about who they quote unquote are. Like they're obsessed with forming your opinion for you. I'm very this, and I'm like, people, if you're a good person, you don't go around telling people you're a good person all the time. That's what this is like having the nonstop inspirational things all over their walls and having to always tell you, this is how I am, and this is what I do. And it's just very strange. Anyway, sorry. This is their energy. So they're very concerned. This couple is very concerned with forming their facade. It's what they obsess over all the time. How do I appear? How do I look to other people? Very worried about not looking good enough, successful enough, kind enough, whatever. These are the kind of people that will use animals. This happens a lot. Like, I love animals so much. And then they'll have like pets that in front of people, they're very good with the pets, but then like they leave their pets alone for days at a time and like, go out all day and all night and leave the pet with nothing to do, stuff like that. They're very consumed with appearances. So get to it. So that's where the church thing comes in. It was part of the facade. I feel like the church community was a decent community, decent people. And narcissists, of course, eat that up. They love that. So there was something about an illness. I don't know if I feel like it's on the wife's side. Either the wife had an illness, or they said she had an illness. No, I think maybe she did. I think she had an illness, and when they realized the attention they could get for it, and how people would go out of their way to help them and stuff like that, that became the plan, to focus on that. And again, the church did things to help them. I keep seeing like they gave them free things. I don't know. Any church event, they didn't have to pay. maybe counseling, something, I don't know, but gave them free things just through the church. And then like the, can't think of the word. What's the word? Congregation took up, and I'm getting multiple collections for this couple for this health problem. Like say, I have, I don't know, some kind of specific disease, and there's no doctor in my hometown where I'm living that I can see. So I have to travel to go see a specialist, and oh my gosh, how are we going to afford this? And so like the church took up the collection, and like, here's money for, your gas and hotel to get there, and here's money for the copay or what, like the church took up collections several times for things like this to help these people, and the people didn't go do the thing they were supposed to do with the money. It was money to continue the facade, right? Because we have to look a certain way, so we have to have, shoes. For some reason, shoes is coming through very heavy. Shoes. I have to have new shoes all the time. I have to have the best. Something about posting pictures of lots and lots of shoes. For some reason, they just want people to know they have a lot of shoes, and I don't know. It's strange. But yeah, shoes. Money went to shoes for sure. But the money that was supposed to go to healthcare and whatever was spent on building up the facade. How long have I rambled about this? I don't really know what the point is, other than like, for whatever reason, the woman has pulled back from this. I'm wondering if this is not the same male I was saying, I can smell VD, because the woman her energy has pulled way back. And so I'm thinking they're not together, because the last time I got this message, I was getting that, how they were both kind of plotting, should this ever come out, how they're going to pin it on each other. I feel like they are separated somehow, but for some reason her energy's way, way pulled back, and his is very heavy and present. And he has been, so say they are separated, he has just been chasing tail 24/7. Like that is his obsession of the moment. Okay, I got that chick last night. On to the next. Let me find the next challenge. There's something very juvenile about the obsession with pulling it off, convincing someone to let me have them for the night. Because of age, something about the age. Again, this is somebody older. And I'm not saying, obviously, I'm old, so I don't think 40s and 50s are old. But something about this person, they feel almost embarrassed to be aging. It's very weird. So there's an obsession with, I still got it, that kind of weird shit. Sorry. And it's nonstop. Chasing women, running the lines, running the game, getting them in bed, and yes, I still got it, and on to the next. It's very weird. So obviously, yeah, there's going to be an illness come in because when you're not careful, I think maybe this is, I think this is not two energies, or in some cases, some situations it could be. This feels like the same male, the church couple. And I feel like I need to say this person does not go to church anymore, because obviously that was a facade. We were playing the role of the God-loving couple, and we're not a couple anymore, so that rolls over. All right, on to the next. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if this were real to begin with, this love of God, love of the church community, whatever, you'd still be doing that. But even if you feel uncomfortable at that church, like, you'd go to another one. But it was all a role, and that's how narcissists like this operate. When I'm no longer benefiting from that role, it's on to the next role, right? If I were going to church and deeply involved in the church and in the church community, I don't just drop out because I separated from my wife. This is my life. This is what I do. Anyway, again, that rolls over, on to the next. And the next appears to be some kind of, I keep needing to prove that I still got it. There's like this obsession. This person gets obsessed with the different roles they play. There's some kind of pattern in their life where they keep getting into situations where, okay, I feel like this is who I need to be here, so I'm going to obsess with being that person or appearing to be that person. This is a pattern because they don't know anything about who they really are. They're very wrapped up in what society says you should be. So if you've been able to stand back and watch this person, you've seen them be many different people, take many different roles. Like I said, so like when this marriage came together, they were obsessed with portraying themselves as a doting husband. And again, if there was that illness, they kind of used that. They'd post online about it all the time and how difficult it is and how strong their wife is and beautiful they are and blah, blah, blah. Okay, well now that marriage ended, so I'm not posting that anymore. And basically I won't post anything about her unless it's like to preemptively attack her. You know what I mean? And like I post all the time about how we're this church-going couple and everything's about the church and God and inspiration. Okay, well, that didn't work out, so on to the next, so I don't even talk about God anymore. Like, and you know what I'm saying? Like that. I feel like this person also while they are, this is weird. I don't know how to explain this. While they are chasing, I was gonna say while they are chasing women, but there's also a tinge of interest in everybody. Let's just say that. But anyway, while they're chasing women and bragging about it, like they're doing it for the bragging points, they also don't want to be viewed as just a gigolo, right? So they're also talking about, I don't know, politics and how they see things other people don't see and blah, blah, blah. I don't know why that's important. Everything's a role, everything's a facade. This person's energy is very amped up. Like I can't stop pacing and I can't breathe, and very go in terms of my facade. Like I am obsessed with my facade. I am obsessed with how I appear to others. Oh, I was going to say this. There was something about wanting people to believe they're very clean. I don't know what that's about. Because they're showing me somebody like constantly telling people how clean they are, how, like I sanitize everything and I scrub down my house. And then they show me like dirty corners and like they're not clean. But again, it was the facade. So it's like their homes may be very tidy, or look very tidy, like they don't have things on the floor and they don't have their counters full and all that. But that's just because like everything's shoved in the closet somewhere. Like everything is for the appearance. It's not because I like it this way. I don't give a damn. If I cared, I'd be cleaning my baseboards and and they don't do that. Like I feel like if you went to their house and like